Your home is where your heart is. Consider Sackboy.
Little Big Planet's Sackboy is the cutest character in PlayStation All-Stars, and he's also the most abstract in terms of movesets. Indeed, Sackboy can be difficult to use effectively, and will certainly be a daunting option for newcomers. But when mastered, Sackboy can be extremely effective. Whether you want to spend the time to learn the ins and outs of his quirky nature to get to that point is another story. Sackboy's simplest attacks are mapped to square. Pressing and mashing square with no analog stick movement will result in a flurry of thrown punches. Press towards an enemy and hit square, and Sackboy will grab his opponent and slam him into the ground, a move both comical and powerful. Pressing up with square will let Sackboy use his Grabinator to damage airborne enemies above him, while down in square lets Sackboy pull out a bounce pad to slam enemies away from him, building meter in the process. The moves get a little more complex when you move to the triangle button. Pressing triangle with no analog stick interference covers enemies with jam, but you can begin to use more powerful tools like Sackboy's jetpack with triangle as well. Up and triangle results in a devastating uppercut punch aided by the jetpack. This move acts as a great way to get a player in the air to begin juggling. Pressing towards your enemy and hitting triangle will let Sackboy thrust at his target, again by way of his jetpack. Down in triangle creates access points for Sackboy to move around the stage with, though they're difficult to use in the heat of battle. Pressing circle alone will let Sackboy use the Cakeinator. If you miss, the cake will remain on stage and do damage to an enemy who runs into it later, so use it often. Forward and circle puts a fan on the stage. It doesn't do any damage, but it does blow enemies away from you, interrupting their timing and generally frustrating them. Up in circle and down in circle create a bounce pad and electrical panel, respectively, which can also be left on the stage randomly to annoy challengers after the fact. Sackboy's first level super attack has him turn into Parappa the Rapper, Nathan Drake, or Cole McGrath, but the move is generally the same regardless and can be used on an enemy or a group of enemies nearby for instant kills. His level 2 attack, Coal Catastrophe, creates a line of flaming coals that can be placed on the stage where they'd be most effective to get as many as 3 kills. And the prize bubble bonus, Sackboy's most devastating special attack, can rack up to 9 kills in a single use if used effectively.